We are, we are, we are,
We are
we are Group 4, and this is our documentary!
Middle East and African are known because of their beautiful, tall, and outstanding infrastructure and architectures. In fact, their architectures are known as one of the best architectures in the world. It is because of its unique features and outstanding structures. Middle East and African architectures are also known as Islamic architectures. It is because most of their beautiful churches was mosques. But they are not only known because of their outstanding mosque, they are also known because of their beautiful modern houses and tall, outstanding building and infrastructure. A simple example was the Burj Khalifa that we can find in Dubai. There is no doubt that they made a huge impact in today's world architectures. Without their influence or impact, we may not be able to see any tall, beautiful, unique architectures or buildings that we see today.
First, we have a building from Middle East and African architecture. You can see Burj Khalifa, one of the popular buildings in Dubai that made of glass, silicon, stone, and aluminum. Here in the Philippines, we also have that kind of building. It is located at PhilInvest, Alabang, Muntinlupa City. It is Insurer Life Corporate Center. This building is the corporate headquarters of financial company, opened in 2001. It was actually happy and enjoyed seeing it because the shiny exterior is really pleasing to the eye. It is made of stone, aluminum, and glass. Glass provides an ideal way to showcase a product. Glass can make the structure look more stunning, sophisticated, and adds beauty to the building. Glass can give a complete aesthetic look to the whole structure. Stone is one of the main materials in this building. It is greatly valued for its aesthetic appeal, durability, and ease of maintenance. Here is another example of African and Middle East architecture that we found around PhilInvest Muntinlupa City.
Now we have the churches. Churches is a building used for public Christian worship. When we talk about church designs and architecture, we always think about Middle East and African architectures because they made a very outstanding mosque and churches. They are known for their amazing architectures. Middle East and African churches are mostly made of mud bricks, stone bricks, wood, and glass. When it comes to architectures, Middle East and African made a huge impact in today's world architectural designs and elements. Here in the Philippines, we can easily say that we also have been influenced by their architectures when it comes to churches, because most of the churches here were also made of in stone, bricks, glass, wood, and marbles.
A simple example was the Mary Mother of God Church in Bayanan, Muntinlupa. This church was built in early 1970s. The material used in this church was stone, bricks, wood, glass, and marbles. We can easily say that this church architectural design was influenced by the Middle East and African architectures based on the material used in the church and also just by looking at its shape and structures. Our next example was the Landayan Church in San Pedro. This was more like an African architecture because most of the architectures of African was made of nipa and woods. In this church made no difference, it was mostly made of bamboo and nipa, and the structures and design of it was clearly based in African churches.
Next was the houses. When we talk about African house, we think of houses made in bamboo, wood, and nipa. While in the Middle East, we think of houses made in stone and muds. Middle East and African houses was known in the world, especially in their modern houses. They made a very outstanding and beautiful modern house. In short, when we talk about Middle East and African houses, we think about a hut or a house made of in a mud. But the Middle East was known for their modern houses that was incredibly beautiful and futuristic. When it comes to modern design, Middle East architecture won't disappoint you. There is no doubt that the Middle East modern house architecture made an impact in the world. We can see their influence everywhere in the world. Here in the Philippines, we can see a lot of architectures that based or influenced by the Middle East and African architecture. We can see a lot modern houses everywhere, and one of the example of it was the house that we saw in the Katarungan village in the Muntinlupa, where their house structures and materials was also the same as the Middle East and African houses. Most of the materials used here was stone and cement, but when we look at its features and design, we can say that it has some Middle East house vibes in it, based on its color, looks, and structures.
This documentary is all about giving props to Middle East and African for their amazing and outstanding architectures that influence us all. Also, it is about showing how much influence they were in these world architectures. This documentary shows some infrastructure here in the Philippines that is similar to their architectures and structures. Today, we see a lot of tall buildings, amazing churches, beautiful houses, and jaw-dropping mass that was presented by the Middle East and African architectures. Doing this documentary made us all realize how huge the Middle East and African influences us. They play a big role in our architecture today. Without their influence, we won't see any tall buildings like Burj Khalifa, beautiful churches like them, and outstanding house like they made. But after finishing this documentary, We didn't just learn things about their architectures and the influence they made or impact that they leave to us. It also gave us a chance to build a wonderful bond and make unforgettable moments with each other. This documentary helped us make wonderful memories with each other. In conclusion, we didn't just learn, we made unforgettable memories that will last while learning different things in this documentary.